together, children. Don't you get weary. Work together, children. Don't you get weary. Work together, children. Don't you get weary. Great camp meeting in the promised land. This your land. We're under the sea. Right here. The way we be. Oh, on a chillin'. And you ain't yet but we. Oh, we're so glad it's on a join we family. Oh, we white had this year. Holy Days party. Welcome to the GullahGeechee Nation. Right here in Jacksonville, North Kakalaki. In Jacksonville, Florida. On these your sea islands. This year the way we stand. Oh, on a chillin'. This year the we land. We so glad that Hunter taught them not robbery, but come here to be with the GullahGeechee family. As we close out this year, they call 2020. Oh, Hunter children, this year the Queen Quet, head from the body of the GullahGeechee Nation. We're so glad that all the Hunter children there with we for this year broadcast right here from the sea, zooming in on sustainability. Oh, and this year did. Oh, we've been looking forward to this year because this year going to be a party. Oh, yeah. We done bring back the family for join week. But you know one thing? Right here in the GullahGeechee Nation, we never want to start out nothing without fuss. Take some time for holy libation and also for give thanks for all we ancestors here in the GullahGeechee Nation. So for all them, what we left this land for all of we boy and we say, Ashe. Boy, our ancestors a thing like that. They lay yonder, we don't call. The mere bastards a thing like that. We boy and we say, Ashe. For all of these your children a thing what a kind. The children. We will fight for hope on this land. We boy and we say, Ashe. For all the elders ancestors who now we can't remember right now. And some them wrote over someone. We're going off into the ancestral realm this year. We boy, we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And let we take a moment of silence and give God thanks for who we be. We be GullahGeechee, anointed people. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Well, I'm so glad for day with all 100 children one more again. This year, the Queen Quet head from the body of the GullahGeechee Nation. I so glad 100 children join we for we Holy Days party. You know, this is the first time we all get it together like this year. And for all 100 children who watch we on GullahGeechee.tv, GullahGeechee.tv, you can subscribe there for free. Or some of these children, yeah, you done see this year air on zooming in on sustainability. Well, y'all might say, well, what has got to do with sustainability? Well, for the GullahGeechee, we can't sustain we self without God, without family, without we land. Without God, without family, and without we land. So this your time I ain't thing like that. There plenty of people at the other rest of place won't come here and thing like that. They check up yourself and we business. But we the time for crack we tea to let them children know this year the time for family. So if there's ever a year that you need to take stock, take account of your blessings. If you have family that really are there for you, that pull you out just at the right moment, you need to give thanks. I've traveled to all 50 states in the United States. I had 3 more of the continents to go to, and I figured 2 of them I was going to go to this year until Rona become law and throw up everything. All right. And here it is that I have seen homelessness. I have seen people sleeping literally on sidewalks, on cardboard boxes. And it pained my heart because my question always was, where are their people? And do their people know where they are? Because I came up in a community that would never want that to happen for Hunter of the outdoors. They would always find a way that you're going to come inside. Might be an old house, but you have a roof over your head. And one thing they ain't gonna let you do, you ain't going to stop. Now, if you're trifling, That's the only way you starve on the sea island anyway, because there's food all around you. And that food is not always just what somebody put on the plate, but it's that food that fills your spirit. And so I asked all these folks who, when I reached out to them earlier this year and said, I'm starting this program, zooming in on sustainability. I said at the end of our calendar year for us, because as of December 21st, we go on an annual break here at the GullahGeechee Sea Island Coalition that helps to sponsor this broadcast along with the Create Fellowship at University of Minnesota. We take the time to now wrap up things, but then to go inward with the family and to go inward as the solstice approaches within ourselves. And this is a year to do that if you never did it before, to give thanks that you know where your people are. The people know where hunnuh is, and that someone is going to feed your spirit as well as hopefully your body and your mind. Because if we don't sustain our souls, we don't sustain our spirits, we won't sustain our cultural communities. We won't survive as who others are now categorizing as BIPOC people. So, to celebrate what I call the Holy Days season, I want to bring folks back that I know live our traditions and culture daily and who work to ensure that our people who the binya, guidea for the next generation for day too. Elder Carly Town, our Minister of Information and our director for our GullahGeechee Angel Network, sends greetings from the motherland because she is spending her time there in celebration for not only her Earth Day, but also just to bring back more from there back home to the GullahGeechee Nation. Or she would have been here for you all to see again today as well. But now, someone who has joined me a few times now on this broadcast is Dr. Amir Jamal Toure. The last time we saw each other in person was earlier this year when we went to our annual Gullah Geechee Heritage Celebration at Georgia Southern. And I want him to come on now and give greetings to the family because many of y'all know that clean, the African spirit of that clean. All right. And so definitely if you are ever in Savannah, Georgia, make sure you take the Day Clean Journeys tour, daycleansoul.com. Go there and check him out. And so definitely Dr. Toure is going to be coming on. And so I want him to greet the family and let them know what's going on. Dr. Toure, hunnuh did it? Or hunnuh done going somewhere else? Because I know the rain and thing that coming down and storm and thing to act up and he didn't want to act right. How hunnuh to do? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Why y'all don't want to put me on? Y'all want to put me on?
I know we can't see on anything like that. I guess God must have fucking said them turning the evil see face. Them turning the evil see face. Oh, there you go, there you go, there you go. What going on?
They want the spirit.
There we go.
I'm just saying, because you know the spirit is here always. And to the family, glad to be with the family. Always is an honor, connect with our people, let our people understand who we are, because we are the force, we are the life, we are the existence, we are the foundation of America. And I just had someone with me from Barcelona, and also they now live in Colombia. I had them earlier here on one of our journeys, and I made them understand the connection right here. And I said the foundation of our story, the holy land of African America, is right here.
Yes,
I
it is.
say it's not
Yes,
1919 Jamestown, Virginia. It's right here. That this is the beginning of the story. And then I talked about the first underground railroad going south.
yes.
I told him, I said, tied to your King Carlos. I said, so our people make their way. And then even when you talk about the battle of the Bloody Marsh here in Georgia, that now the Spanish are no longer a threat to the United States. I said, they say the Spanish. I said, but guess what? 1/3 of them were Africans who we were as being Gullah Geechee people. So that's what we know with regards to our story. And then also another third of those Spanish were Africans out of Cuba. So again, showing how we're international with regard to who we are. And so we're so glad. And then with regard to the sister, when I'm talking about this, and she said Colombia, that's when I say, oh, Palenquero, Palenque. And they say, yes. The Afro-Colombians are right there on the water. And I say, yeah, I said Palenque or Palenquero is a sister language tied to Gullah. So
Mhm.
yeah, we are here because our ancestors. We changed the seats, but our ancestors have now gone into the ancestral realm. So
Yeah,
we're not sitting their seats to
yeah,
lead the way for the next generations.
absolutely. I'm glad you said that. That is the perfect segue because next I want to bring in Sheronda from Authentically Your Expressions, that is definitely holding on to our traditions with herbology and with healing and bringing that healing energy to the people. And if there's anything that has sustained us, it has been those healing energies. And so, peace and blessings, Sheronda. How honor to do?
Peace and blessings, Queen. How honor to do?
I do well. Where is God and things like that? That's a
I'm
deal.
yes, I'm good over here. All is well. God is good. You know, just like you said, I'm over here just trying to heal the land, heal the people. We heal the land. That's all the work that I know to do. That's all I know. I'm working with GullahGeechees right now as clients who are trying to learn self-determination. And we learn self-determination by knowing who we are, by being in touch with spirit self,
Yes,
with
yes,
understanding who our higher self is, in
yes,
order to reach those places to fully engage with God. And
yes,
how do I maintain my land? How do I maintain my home? All those things eventually come together when we do this healing process. So
yes.
that's what I'm over here doing.
Yes.
Minding my little business.
I know that's right. I know that's right. But it's a good business, honey girl.
It is.
Okay, then. And then I see that I must say Hete Pooh, as I see Brother Kwame Shah, All Mobile Productions, is back with us and things like that. The number one DJ, the spinner selector, Kwame Shah, will going on and things like that. You in the mix today with we know how to deal way down there with the Gulf Geechees right now. What's going on?
Etapu and Lafia and what going on down there? Yes, I'm here. It's a little bit trying, but we're here. We're still holding on to that, and my contribution being that, as you so eloquently always put out to the folks there, and as Brother Dr. Jamal Toure just put and Sheronda just put, what the essence is holding on to the spirituality, but they have to know the story first.
That's right.
So we continue to work with you and Brother Toure and Sheronda will work with you as well as scribes to make sure that that story gets out, that the truth gets out.
Yes.
So we'll continue to work with you, even with this pandemic. We know we can't get the gatherings so we can tell the story like we used to, but just like technical mediums like this, we can utilize them, and we'll continue to build up and get things, together, get things ready, so that once this is all over, once this pandemic is done, we will now be back stronger, harder than before, making sure that the story gets told and gets told truthfully.
Mhm. That's the truth. That's it right there. Because it's interesting, and I'm hoping he'll have an opportunity to join us on the call. But many of our viewers, because if you watch GullahGeechee.tv, y'all subscribe for free, GullahGeechee.tv, you have seen Chef BJ Dennis. Chef Benjamin Dennis on GullahGeechee TV. He was on some of our earliest episodes, and you've seen us. If you follow us at GullahGeechee Nation on Facebook, then you have seen photos of us at numerous gatherings. And he contacted me this morning because he was traveling down the coast here in Carolina and hoping that by this time he'd be able to come on even by phone. So we're hoping that he'll have an opportunity to do that before the broadcast is over. But you talk about somebody feeding the body, right? But the thing about it, as someone who is one of our culinary continuation specialist is what I like to call him. He actually helps people to understand why it's so important, the different things that you're putting in your body, that you know where they come from. And part of that coming from right here in the Gullah Geechee Nation by way of the motherland. Many times we done damn thing this your time of year and all that kind of thing. Y'all want to get the greens. Y'all want to have collard greens. Y'all ready for hop and john. Y'all ready for all that thing. Well, them things, collard greens growing now. But if you had want your beans and all that for Gordon, you would have had to grow them a couple months ago and then put them away. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody to try to get all them thing on the same day and then cook them on the same day, all that thing. Okay, so but all of these different things got to North America by way of Africa. You see? And so again, when Kwame says, and Dr. Toure talks about knowing our story, we can't begin to heal, as Sheronda is saying, until we know our story, not the version of the story somebody else tells,
Right.
but we story. So on that note, I see all kind of people there with me today. Sister Shanta Daniel, Brother Keyshawn Daniel. They always a start, follow we run and things like that. I know, hold on, Honeybee. We so glad that y'all joined the family party and all that. But I know this is the time of year, family show up. Family show up with all kind of extra people that won't get a plate and cam. So now let's all just reflect a little bit. I'm gonna go to Dr. Toure first. Reflect a little bit on this time of year. What kind of stuff was you used to eating? Now, I'm going to throw out one for you first. Tita Poon. That one, the thing I used to nam pun this time of year. But how about you? Will you remember?
Yeah.
Why you got to go and do that? Why you got to go and say, I was going to say Tita Poon. My mama made Tita Poon.
You ain't know nothing about Tita Poon. I ain't make Tita Poon right now. You ain't know nothing but no Tita Poon, boy. Stop.
I said my mama make Tita Poon.
Okay.
Remember, I'm adopted to the family. I'm adopted.
I know you adopted because your mama act better than you. Your mama got manners. You know manners. That's why I know you adopted. Go ahead.
I gotta go and say this right here. I gotta say this right here. I'm a little mad because BJ coming through this area, and I love BJ cooking. As Queen, as you said it, that BJ cooking is on. It is history. And see, I'm a little upset right now. BJ called me yesterday. I ain't hooked up with him. I know he been eating some food, and what they been namming? They've been namming probably just like here. I wish I wish I had some roe right now. Some roe.
Oh God! Look at Hannah talking about roe and thing like that. You ain't must never know who no roe and thing, boy. You ain't know that.
I wish I had me some fish roe. And
I know.
And I'm gonna throw that out there to you, Queen. And people look at us kind of funny. They're like, we gonna fry the fish roll, we gonna eat the fish roll, which are the fish eggs. And I say, guess what? Y'all call it caviar.
Yeah.
Y'all call it caviar, and y'all trying to put us down like that. I was like, nah. And then I said, guess what? You go to Italy, they like selling it almost
$100 for a little tiny thing like that.
So what we got it right here. You get some mullet, other stuff like that right there. Yes, I'm saying yeah. And then I'm gonna let you know this. The greens, but greens all the time. Having the greens, having the cabbage, having again some seafood. Gotta have that shrimp. Most definitely gotta have the shrimp. And if I was little, I would say some crabs. But see, I don't feel like picking crabs no more. I'm like,
he's small now. He's small. He's small. He think he privileged because he work at the institutions of higher learning. It's too good for him to pick crab. So we could leave him alone. We could leave him. We ain't coming to the crab crack no more, Sheronda. So me and you just have our crab patties and stuff.
I'm okay with that.
Sheronda, tell them what you remember this time of year. What kind of thing you like for Nam Pun?
It's unbelievable you even asking this question because I have shrimp thawing out right now, so I can make me some shrimp and okra and some rice.
See that?
I remember grandma making it. I remember my grandma making some shrimp and rice with some okra in it and some tomatoes in it. And, oh my gosh. So every so often, but I had to change the recipe because I'm not doing the pork thing, frying up no pork inside the pan. But we grew up with the pork grease. She cooked it in the grease. So I had to change my recipe up, But that's what I remember this time of year. Them really heavy, warm meals that made you feel like it was the holidays. It was home. So that shrimp and okra, man, tonight.
Yeah, tonight. She said tonight. She ready.
Tonight.
I know
and like Brother Jamal said, also the greens and the cabbage and things like that, the squash casserole, things like that came straight out the field. My daddy was farming right there next to the house, a whole acre of land. So everything came straight out of there. We brought it in the house, washed it off, cut it up, and put it in the pan. So I still do that, buy mine fresh.
Yes, nice. And I knew you grew some vegetables yourself this year.
Sure did.
And all that. So yeah, for sure. So now Kwame Shaw still be around here just waiting on other people's pot and stuff for him to get something damn fun and all that. But I gonna let him reflect back in the day. All right, what you remember this time of year, Kwame?
Definitely the greens, because I got that vegetarian thing going on. So definitely had the greens. But pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie.
Oh, yeah.
Squash,
right.
Turnips, all of those things, corn, rice and peas, plenty of that. And as you know, Queen, we had a chance to grow the kale, we had a chance to grow the okra, we had a chance to grow tomatoes. I mean, right up until the time you know, just before, like you say, it's time to stop and get ready to plow things back under, the okra was still growing.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely remember those things then, and I still remember them now. And Sheronda, you talking about grits and rice. I had to break down, and you know, I tried to keep my vegetarian diet, but I made me some shrimp and grits for breakfast this morning.
Ooh,
I sure did.
honey.
I sure did. Made me some
Yep.
shrimp and grits for breakfast. So
Yes.
yeah. So every now and then, you know, I kind of cheat, but
He done ruined
yeah.
from being on the Sea Islands. He done ruined now. You know?
Oh, hey, now don't forget now, my mom from Mississippi now. Come on now. So,
Yeah,
you know,
but y'all inland though, y'all in the inland portion, you get the from the
that's
Gulf,
all. That's
and
all.
you get them from around here.
There
From the
plenty lake
Gulf.
around here, plenty catfish around here. Are you
Oh, I
kidding
know
me?
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you
I
go.
know y'all in that
That's right.
catfish and that crawfish down there for sure. And so definitely. And then I know some of y'all touch a little bit on it. Kwame the one brought it up when he started talking about the pie. All right. But how about this, y'all? How much of y'all remember Christmas wine and y'all have to go and carry cake to the older people and thing like that? You had to walk or cat or somebody had a car and y'all have to go around to the older people and have to deliver some pound cake. And then a lot of time they'll send back their old you know, the cake where all them look like a candy sticking the top on and all them things. All that cake, send them back, say, oh, carry that to your mama, or carry that to your grandma. Y'all remember that?
Had to carry that sweet potato pie across the street to Miss Adams. I sure had to.
Folks had Coca-Cola wine.
There we go.
Yes.
Coca-Cola wine that we call Christmas wine. Now
Christmas
they got
wine.
them in the store as blackberry nectar.
Right.
Yep. And my grandmother is your mother. You know, I remember.
Right.
You know, she had us doing the same thing she had y'all doing. As soon as we came over to the house, we was heading some shrimp. We was in the field. We was doing something. We sure had I remember the Christmas wine. I got a little bit.
For sure. Oh, I got a little bit. And yeah, because Turnka had it because ain't no alcohol.
Yeah. She only gave me a little bit.
Now, see, grown folks like Dr. Teray be trying to spike his on the side, but you know, for the churn, ain't no fermentation in the churn wine. That's why I call them Coca-Cola wine, because everybody can go and have a little sip of that. So yeah, and then when you talk about the casserole, y'all mentioned about the casserole, but how about this? The stuffing. And then my mama used to make an oyster stuffing. She started making oyster stuffing for all the 100 children like that. I'm from oyster and thing like that. Y'all see what I did on the land and thing, but y'all can have all the oyster y'all want. I'll rebuild them, but y'all can eat them. I don't like for put no oyster, never did. You know, all the rest of the stuff y'all talk about, I used to put that back in the day, but I don't care for none of the Shelly bodies now. I just put my veggies. But that was one thing I remember when she made that oyster dressing. But I love dressing to this day. I know what the rest of y'all.
See, now you say you can't handle oyster. I'm like, that means you ain't GullahGeechee. That's what I'm just saying.
I ain't like I'm talking. You can throw me out all you want. I come right back in. I ain't never like the taste of oyster. Because see, you know why? I think the first thing for me is once you pop that shell open and all that slime running, I ain't like that. The same thing with okra. I ain't like my okra all dripping with slime. That's why I like my okra.
That's my favorite part. That's my favorite part.
That's the good. That's the good part. That's the nutrition part. All of that nice ooze. I mean, come on now. I won't go into the details, but that's what you want, especially for the brothers. That's what you want.
That's what y'all want. I ain't want that.
But yeah, the dressing, that's what I'm like, that's the wonderful thing, the dressings that we have. And then some people have this conversation about, do they put their dressing or they stuffing inside the turkey or they cook it separate?
Right.
You know, people get those conversations about, okay, their stuffing is inside the turkey, dressing outside. So I'm just saying, like, yeah, and a good gravy too, a good brown gravy.
Say that? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a good gravy for pork cross there for sure. And things like that. And then some people make the cornbread dressing. And that cornbread too dry. The first thing you do, you got to either pour that gravy on top, that thing soak in nice, or you take that cornbread last and clear that plate with them, like this, and then you don't waste nothing. That's why these other people are talking about food waste. I said, not down here. Ain't no such a thing. Because even if you got the turkey bone on the plate, after you eat the turkey, you scrape them out to the cat and put them
in it.
If somebody raised hog All that extra that when you talk about the greens, all that stuff. When I harvested greens the other day, I got the collards out the field. I left me some kale because I plan to juice me some kale in the next day or two. So I left some there just for me to juice it. And so my mama was like, "But when you could get that collard greens out there? Look like you need to get that collard greens out there." I said, "You could have gone and get them." She said, "You know I don't go in no field no more, but you let me go in the field and get them to her." Boy, when I got back on that porch, I said, "Your turn." She said, "I'm ready. Give me that pan right there." And she started shaving them off there and cutting them up into little bite-sized pieces to put in there and wash them down and then get them in the pot. All that stalk, see, you used to give them to the animals. If you had hogs, you dump all that stalk in the hog pen. Let the hog have at them. You see what I'm saying? If you had any kind of even cow and stuff, sometimes people might dump stuff out there just to see if they want some. But the hog, you knew if you put anything just about in their pan, they were
they're gonna eat it. You know what you made? You reminded me of a total flashback when Granddaddy and Daddy used to go down Bluff, and pull up all them oysters, and they'll come back with bushels, and they would steam them right there in the front yard.
That's right.
And because it was my daddy, I did everything my daddy did. And so he'd sit there and pop the oyster open. I was right there sucking it straight out the thing. Didn't care.
Y'all can do it now. Now, see, I'm like Dr. Teray. I'll be the one picking the crab, thank you. You see, while everybody else over there trying to tear down the oyster like they raccoons, I'll be the one over here at the pot where they dumping the crab on the table. Now let's get to these claws right quick. That's this joker, you know, I got him, get that dead man out Jonah and thing like that. I got you on the picking the crab. But me and the oyster ain't never been friends. We just ain't never been friends till I started knowing the importance of oysters, you know, our environment, and the fact that one oyster cleanses 50 gallons of water per day. Yes. When I found that out, that's when I fell in love with oysters. But from that sense, and I'm always pushing and promoting replanting the oyster shells because it protects our coast. And if we protect our coast, then it protects us. That means we could deal and we ain't going nowhere like we done try to do. You see? So now, all right, we're gonna move up to food because we don't make these guests and things hungry, and we can't pass no plate rung electronically. So let me try this now. So what else y'all remember doing this time of year? You know, people like to decorate a tree. Some people decorate a house and all that kind of thing. But what other special memory y'all have from back then? I can start with Sheronda.
Well, even with my kids right now, we're doing stuff like creating our own stuff. We do a lot of our own crafting. So like to put on our tree, we make ornaments. I go over to the Dollar Tree or something like that, get some construction paper, go get some glue. Because I remember growing up doing little things like that. Everything doesn't need to be bought. Let's figure out how we could create something to personalize our tree. So that's what we're doing around this time. And that's what I did growing up, making things, making little rings out of the construction paper so that they form a nice ring line. You could put it all the way around the tree using glitter. Yeah, my house about to be a mess.
I know that's
but and then they're making cookies and stuff like that, making Christmas cookies together. That's what I'm just carrying them traditions down to my children, and that's what we'll be doing this Christmas.
Excellent. That sounds so much like Kwame. That's Kwame right there.
Yes,
that's creativity in effect right there. So Kwame, what's one of your memories from back during the Holy Days time when you were growing up?
Well, definitely the decoration was a big thing because, you know, that was just a big thing in that particular area when I was up north in Brooklyn. Everybody wanted their house to be nice and bright and colorful. And so that was a major thing for me. And, you know, the whole family participated. I was glad when I got old enough when I could go up on the roof and hang the lights. That was a rite of passage for me. So something that I carry on and still do now. I mean, I'm actually, you know, my mother always loved to have the house nice and clean and bright, you know, very inviting. She was very much a host. She was always, you know, having things ready for folks to come by. But I definitely remember doing that whole lighting decoration thing. And Queen will tell you now, I done got so much into this now. I'm thinking about trying to join this great Christmas light fight that they have and get involved with that. Yeah, that's major. I'm just blown away by what people can do.
Prize money. I'm gonna need to let you. You know, you're gonna have to let me hold something like that.
Yeah, I hear that. But the whole thing for me was that was signifying spiritually the return of the light.
The return of the light.
The
That's
return
right.
of the light. So that's why
Beautiful.
even back then and today and even right up into this very moment, once I get off here, I'm going back and finish decorating now.
Absolutely. And Dr. Toure, what about you?
I would say this because again, two experiences. One, the Savannah experience and the experience on Hilton Head. And but it's all tied to, I'm gonna just say community, about people, about family.
Mm-hmm.
That's the family through blood, through marriage, and through the journey of life. And that in Savannah, something that people don't realize. I tell folks, GullahGeechee people were doing skateboards long before it becomes
Mhm.
popular today. Because
Mm-hmm.
in Savannah, folks are doing skateboards, making scooters, and all of that. And that's what's going on. Then riding your bikes, you riding all over, you're getting together. And then we're doing something we call grass boarding. And what is that?
Mm.
We climb up to go up the I-16, the exit for I-16, get a piece of cardboard, and we going down the hill. Even
Mm,
though it's
mm,
kind of
mm.
Wow.
that was a part of that experience again. But riding your bikes, the
Right.
skates, and with regards to the skateboarding and the scooters. Then going to Hilton Head, just being right over there, going down to the landings and getting some fiddler crabs and getting the
Mm.
fiddler crabs, then come back
Mhm.
racing the fiddler crab, get some thread tied
Oh
on
my
it,
God.
and
Y'all
just
been a
bang.
fiddler crab boy. Stop. Y'all been a risk y'all fiddler crab for two.
Yeah.
What?
Oh my gosh.
But let me tell you what happened though. When we racing the fiddler
That's
crab,
country.
we
That's
got to be
definitely
careful
country, man.
because grandmama got chickens there, and then the chickens give you that fiddler crab. So we gotta
You can
fight
eat
those.
them.
We gotta fight the
Because they
chickens.
gonna eat them.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, they gonna nap in the thing.
Mm, mm,
Oh,
mm.
That
God.
is too
Mm,
funny.
mm, mm.
Wow. That is funny.
And just being with the family, going down and as I said to the landers and all of that right there. Getting any fruit that's
Mhm.
out there. If it's the apples out there, bam, we getting the apple, we chewing, getting them green apples. And then also some people don't realize South Carolina produced peaches also. And at my grandmama's house, we had green peaches.
Right.
So
Exactly.
Mm.
More peaches
some
in
people,
Georgia.
Yes.
And
now,
actually produces more peaches than Georgia does. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. That's
Hmm.
right.
Yeah.
We don't get back on that food thing
Hmm.
again now. I see.
And that's deep
I
because
see.
Oh, I'm just saying.
yeah, but that was the thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the thing about with the fruit. My mother had a whole bag of fruit on her table when I went there yesterday. I said, "Who bring this here?" And then she said, "This lady from the other end of the island, because they were on her yard." I said, "What Ricky Wright from the Fishing Association want?" She said, "You know he got them because he always have all these grapefruit to give out every year." I said, "I waiting on his, John." And then she said, "Well, reach in the bag, get tangerine out there too." I said, "I ain't gonna eat your tangerine. 'Cause my tangerine growing the top of my tree this year and it's so high in the sky, I can't get them down." And so I vexed with the tangerine. I ain't first want none. And so she just laughed, but I went on and I got a grapefruit. So yeah, I was waiting for somebody to say fruit.
Oh my
And definitely
Mhm.
like Dr. Toure talk about, we used to walk always to the landing, but we ain't race no dog on fiddler crab. That first I heard that one. Now, what we used to do though, like a rainy day like today, is you would end up with these little puddles, and eventually we would see things swimming in them. So
Mm.
we were curious about it. So one day I said, "I know what those are. I bet you those are tadpoles." So I
Mhm.
got one of the mason jars and I
Mhm.
collected the water and then
Yeah.
put a little lid on it and punched some air holes in it. And then we actually had our own like at-home science experiment, because that was me, right? I love the science stuff. So, and I love nature. So it was like, so we would go back there every day and see if it was changing. And sure enough, the day that we saw the things that stopped just being swimming around, having little legs coming out, we were like, "Oh no, look at it." I said, "Right," because my little cousin was like, "Ew." I was like, "No, it's turned into a frog now, not ew." So it's about that change. It's about that rejuvenation. And we know with the
Mhm.
solstice coming, that's this
Mm.
time of year to take it. It's about taking in that next phase, that change that
Yes.
you want. It's about meditating on that,
Right.
really projecting your energy into that which you want,
Yeah.
Yes.
that which you want, not the thing you don't want.
Don't
Put
want.
your energy into
Mhm.
what you want, because worry is negative meditation. You
Yes.
want to do the opposite of that. So
Yes.
you want to actually meditate and center yourself on the positive things as the light is coming, as the light is returning. This is your time to bring into that light all the things that you want, that's going to be blessings and everything for you. So
Yes.
Sheronda, I know with the work you're doing, when we talk about light, light brings shadows.
Yes.
And I know you've been doing shadow work with people. How does that connect to the winter solstice, the solstice that's coming up in this holy day season? Is there a link? And if so, what would you encourage people to do besides what I'm saying is really center themselves in what they want, write it down. Now's the time to do a vision board. When we're talking about Kuumba, get creative and make those vision boards. What else would you say to the family that you would say this is a good time to do?
Well, this is definitely a time of transition, the expectation of old things dying away, new things about to come.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we are in transition. Those things where they're kind of seemingly dead. The leaves are falling off of the trees. Everything looks kind of bare, but really it's the seeds getting prepared to hit the ground and grow when the spring comes around. So this is the perfect time to begin to let go of the old. Just like you were saying, this is a perfect time to start thinking, what is it that I do want? I always tease people when they start telling me, but what if it doesn't work? What if I start a business and it doesn't work? We don't need to talk about what if that, because you already know what that feel like not to have
Don't
a
put
business.
that doubt in there.
You already know what it feel like not have a business. So let's talk about what if it does work? What if you start imagining the things that you really want from this existence, and what if they actually do work? Let's start focusing there. So yes, this is a perfect time as we transition through winter solstice into the new year about thinking, what is my vision for 2021? What do I see? What are the things I want to show up this year? You know, some people do vision boards for a lifetime. Some people do them for just their business, a specific home. Each picture is a room in the home that they want. Whatever it looks like to you, what does the next season look like for you? And begin to put pictures, because that visual depiction of a thing is important. Being able to see the marketers out here, these commercials, they bank on you seeing something and desiring it.
Right.
That's what they're banking on. So you have to learn how to use that in your favor. You have a vision board about the things you want to see manifest. Because if you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
You can hold it here.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to come here. So this is a time to really put all your energy into letting those old things die away, celebrating the things that you did accomplish. Don't worry about what didn't get done. Let's celebrate what we did do. Let's get ready for what's about to come, and let's have high positive energy about this space. It is so important to not just, okay, I'm going to create something, I'm going to do a vision board and hang it on the wall. No, every day, look at that vision board and have a feeling attached to each picture. This is what I want. This is what I'm excited for, because that's the thing that's going to make you create actionable steps next. You create the board. Now you got to create steps that you're going to do. So people see, I'm going to start a business and it's so overwhelming. What you got to do first? What's the name? You know, I break it all the way down. Don't overwhelm yourself. This is a time of rest and preparation and creativity. What's the name of your business?
Right.
Go to the Secretary of State's office for your state. Go ahead and find out how to register your business with the state. Go do some research about the type of products that you're going to be selling. Just taking little small steps. Don't overwhelm yourself. This is a time of preparation for birth. We're in the pregnancy stage. We're right here when we get to the spring and it's going to be time to go. So this is a perfect time for you to begin to think about, what is it that I'm about to do next?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So Kwame, what you want to share on that?
Well, I mean, Sister Sheronda touched on a lot of things as well as you. When she mentioned holding the vision, that's very, very important. If you can close your eyes and visualize something, you've created that light within your mind's eye, within the third eye. And the other thing she said, which is really important, is to have the joyful emotion attached to it. That emotion really seeds that. So now you've actually created a new neural pathway in your mind. And that's how you'll continue to think. And as you continue to think, you'll speak it, and then it will start to manifest, because you'll start doing things along that same path. So she basically laid the whole roadmap out. I applaud you. You got it. That's it. Head tap.
I know that's right. Head tap for sure.
Yeah, for real.
Exactly. Yes, yes. So now this is the thing. When y'all mentioned that last thing about joy, one of the things that I know brings me joy is not only seeing all the different parameters that people do, the styles with their lights this time of year. But definitely seeing how people usually get dressed up and different things like that. Y'all know I'm a clothes horse. You know, I intend to for my goal for the celebration today, but also music. The music got to be playing. The music got to be bumping. Now, one of the things I don't like about Zoom be compressing your stuff when you play music and shutting down and all that stuff. Otherwise, I was going to throw on a few songs for y'all for real. But I'm going to do it like this. How about this one? I know y'all don't know nothing about this. See, Dr. Toure don't know nothing about this either. Merry Christmas, baby. Shorty treat me nice. I know you don't know that one. Merry Christmas, baby. Shorty treat me nice. See, you don't know nothing about that, Dr. Toure. Y'all don't listen to no folk music like we do. Y'all don't listen to black folks music over there on Hilton Head and stuff like that. See, y'all don't know nothing about that. Nah.
And Charles Brown.
Oh,
shut your mouth. Look at you. Look at you. Like you know something. Like you know something.
Okay, so RJ, since you so smart, what's his other famous Christmas song that every GullahGeechee household love to hear? What's the next one?
Oh, I know Santa came down. Oh
no,
my
ain't
God.
no Santa. Ain't no Santa.
I'm trying to remember right now.
Charles Brown is please come home for Christmas. Christmas by New Year's night. See that? Y'all all thought Dr. Toure so smart. Y'all see the queen just put that on them. You see that?
I had Donnie on my mind. You know, because this time period for Donnie.
This Christmas.
Oh yeah, Donnie Hathaway. This Christmas, yeah, fireside is blazing bright. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Instrumental, okay.
That's it. Yes. Nice. So yeah, tell me one you like, Sheronda.
You know I gotta get my Silent Night in now. It ain't right. It ain't right. Don't it make you want to go cook something or go clean? It just immediately make me want to go do something. That's what I remember.
But you know what I loved about the Temptations one out of the whole song is the beginning. Because the
beginning.
My mind,
right.
I want you to be free. All of my family and friends. Won't you listen to me? I'm with you, a man. Then y'all supposed to come in. Merry Christmas. Y'all supposed to give me the harmony to all of you. That's what.
I didn't bring my singer voice today.
Yeah, that's the classic.
That's the classic.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah. I got to talk about the Golden Throat. Nat King Cole.
Oh, of course.
The Christmas song. These, yes.
Oh, yes.
Roasting on an open fire.
Oh.
Black frost nipping at your nose.
Beautiful.
Yes, tiny
crooner.
Their eyes all aglow.
Goodness.
We'll find it hard to see tonight, right? Yes. Yeah. He was the man. Now he was the man. When you see that video of him with that hair, with that conch lean, it's on, baby. It's on popping. But now we gonna talk about that conch lean. You know who else had that conch lean? When we homeboys from right now. Let me see if y'all know this one. If I say do 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 do. I'm dreaming.
Oh, the Ink Spots?
There ain't been no Ink Spots, boy.
Chris.
Who's that?
That's the Drifters.
Okay, Ink Spots did that too. That's why
all right. When I said our homeboys, though, see, I gave you the hint. Our homeboys, the Drifters, they was from right here on the Carolina coast.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that. Okay.
It was right here, Ridgeland. originally in the Hardyville area.
Wow, yes.
Yeah, the lead and founder of the Drifters was from there, and his daughter and we still stay in touch. Yeah, so
Very nice.
wonderful. And so, Brother Pinckney, God bless the dead, when I actually got the folk award from the state of South Carolina, he got one also. And that's where I first got to meet the Drifters. And
Yeah.
so definitely, I can't have a Holy Days party without throwing the Drifters up in there. We
Yeah.
got to,
Yeah.
give our folks some. And then we know if you play any of the Motown Christmas, any of the Motown Christmas, you now got James Jamerson in the background, on bass playing. And so definitely, yeah, it's interesting how we have all these holy days. You got Hanukkah, you got Christmas, you got Kwanzaa, you got the New Year, you got the winter solstice, but the only music we usually hear is Christmas music, right?
Yes.
We got all these things, and it don't matter who he is and where they normally go and things like that. Even though that Dr. Toure going to Mars and things like that, he know them Christmas songs in it. You see, and I think R&B Christmas songs have gone the world over.
Yeah.
So when we talk about joy and meditating on things, sometimes just to get in that right zone, you might need to put on a song that's just going to bring back some positive memories, some uplifting sounds that are talking about being free of anything that you don't want in your life no more. You know what I'm saying? And dance, you know what I'm saying? Dance, enjoy yourself, have a good time. I think if anything, Rona done learn we this year, life short. They need for enjoying.
And let me touch on that real quick, Queen, because you did ask me about the shadow work this time of year, and please forgive me. But you saying that just made me think of something. This time of year sometimes triggers really sad feelings for people because they've lost someone or they didn't have great experiences around this time of year. This is an opportunity for you to reflect on that a little bit. When we do shadow work, the shadow is actually a part of our subconscious. So it's a part of us that something happened maybe a long time ago when you were a child, teenager, early adulthood, but it affected you now. So you don't even know you're reacting from a space of pain. During my Christmases as a child, we never received gifts. So as an adult, every time this time of year creeps up, you start having anxiety or some panic attack or depression around this time of year, not realizing it's associated from something way long ago. This is your opportunity to just touch into that space. Just touch it a little bit, just be like, oh, I remember that. Well, you know what? My parents probably did their best. This is where we offer forgiveness. My parents probably did their best. They didn't know. They came from people who didn't know. So I'm going to go ahead and offer forgiveness in this space. And I'm going to go ahead and relinquish it because I want to be able to enjoy and party and dance and enjoy this particular season. This is what people are breaking. School's out. We're not having to wake these kids up first thing in the morning. You get a couple of extra days off from work this time of year. Give yourself some grace. Allow yourself to touch into those things that may have hurt a little bit. Offer forgiveness for that space. Offer forgiveness for yourself and rock it out. Enjoy this. This is a good time of year.
That's right. Don't be sitting up there listening to what do the lonely do?
Okay.
Christmas over and over. Okay, Michelle said Christmas song. Get something else more uplifting on there, okay? Play some gee whiz, it's Christmas or something. Just do something else.
Yes.
Play Christmas tree. Yes. Our homeboy Little Duval. Yeah, Little Duval GullahGeechee. He from Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, smile. Come on. That one, that's our homeboy too. So yeah, definitely. Don't be up in there with the emotions getting emotional and Carl Thomas and them getting emotional. We're going to switch your turntable over.
Right.
And you know what? And see, that's why all my people that's here with us today, I'm going to ask Shanta and Keyshawn and Dr. Emoshi from Benin and Sister Candace, all y'all turn y'all cameras on so we can see y'all beautiful faces because, see, I love them. Because, see, Sister Shanta and them done said, and Brother Keyshawn, they agree with Queen about that okra. They agree with Queen about that.
Such haters.
So I'm
Y'all
in love
haters.
with them. y'all. I got love for y'all. Appreciate that. And definitely we so glad that we got fam here from Benin and everything sharing in the party and all of that. You know how it is when all the cousins come home and stuff. We like, what's up, cuz, and what you done brought with us. Candace, look like you driving. I hope you ain't driving it up on here with us, Candace, and whatnot. Peace and blessings. Keyshawn, look like you out in the wilderness, but you got a mask on, my man. Yes, peace and blessings. It's so good to see you. He looked like he right out there on that marsh that we talk about. Brother Isaac is here with us as well. Mr. Shonda, peace, Brother Keyshawn. What's going on?
Ooh, nothing much, nothing much. You was right. I am working, but I couldn't help but not tune in. You know, it's kind of a slow day here at Wormslow. We haven't forgot about bringing the Black History, bringing the GullahGeechee people, bringing the GullahGeechee culture. We're working on it. We're working on it. It may not happen as soon as we want it, but we're working on it. We're going to make something shake. Definitely thinking about you guys. Yes, Queen Quet, okra is trash. I can't stand it to this day. I can't do it.
Bruh, if you understood the nutritional value of okra, you would make a total 180. Maybe I can get on with I can tell you about it, and you change your mind right away.
That doesn't mean it's not nasty. A lot of healthy things are nasty, and it's okay. It's okay. And y'all forgot a couple songs. While it's on my mind, y'all forgot a couple songs. Y'all forgot about Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town.
He brought the singing voice.
Got that?
Yes, and James Brown said Santa Claus go straight to the ghetto.
You know, I was just thinking about that. Santa Claus is coming to the ghetto. All that good stuff. All that good stuff.
Yes, I appreciate that, Keyshawn. I appreciate it for sure. Yes, Sister Shanta, I guess you hanging in there. Shanta been here almost for every episode. I got a lot of love for that sister. Appreciate you so much. And, you know, and Sister Candace had written that she reminded us about the pomegranates, that we were talking about them tangerines, but she mentioned them pomegranates and we call them pomegranate. So I'm so happy that she mentioned that, because now that reminds me, I do need to go find me some, because my grand aunt used to have a tree and people used to bring them to me every year, but I don't know if since she passed, if they've been caring for that tree. So I got to go hunt me up one. For sure, because I love it. You talk about healthy things. That's something very healthy too.
Yes, it is.
As well as cranberry juice and cranberries themselves. So yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we had some good comments. People are here laughing at y'all, how y'all reacted about that okra comment that the brother made and all that. And then Candace also mentioned that something that you always do, and I do this every year, and I usually do it during Kwanzaa time, is right after that solstice, is cleaning the house from top to bottom, literally from the baseboard to the ceiling, cleaning and dusting everything down, soap, all the paneling and all of that stuff. And you know us with that pine sol, we get that pine sol and that rag in a minute, you know, and everything cleaned down the house. And I mean, if this was ever a year that house cleaning will really make a difference in the midst of a pandemic. Yeah, you definitely want to sanitize the house. And if you got sage, this is a great time after you do all that, is walk through the house, praying, meditating, walking through the house, cleansing, so that you get the right energy in there. You don't want to get them vexation spirits that Dr. Jamal Toure be bringing up in your face. You want to cleanse out all kind of other energies.
He's so silly. And just to piggyback on that a little bit, the sage is perfect. Using some Palo Santo is good to do that cleansing space. But for people who can't tolerate smoke, clapping. Clapping removes, breaks up any negative energy, opening your windows to allow that stuff to flow out, anything that you breaking up around there. I have some wind chimes. I mean, it's like a cathedral wind chime in my backyard. The chiming breaks up energy, anything like that you can use around your house. Singing bowls, sound can help break up energy in your home. This is the perfect time to go ahead and cleanse your space to prepare for a new year.
Right. And that's so wonderful you said that, because our time here is about to wind down. So Dr. Toure, that's the perfect thing. She said sounds, because I know people the world over always remember you because of the types of things you speak into our spirits through Day Clean, for us to carry on as people of African descent and indigenous descent. So any, final words for folks as we go head on into the rest of the holy days and into the new year?
Well, Queen, I have to share something with you. You had said some things, and I had to go run and get my tangerine from Hilton Head. I pulled from
You
my
got it.
from
Yeah.
the tree. I got my tangerine right here. But you had said something else and I'm gonna tell you, it caused me, as Sister Sheronda, to talk about what happened during this time period, and Brother Kwame said, it's the sadness. When you said something, Queen, it caused me to strike some sadness. When you talk about the tadpoles, I now reflected as little kids here in Savannah, that I know is not being done today, that there are creeks that will run between the housing projects here in Savannah. Some folks don't realize that. And then those creeks, you had guppies. So we're getting guppies also. We're getting guppies, and the guppies are having of the guppies. And we're getting the tadpoles. But then also something that we did that is important to us today, we also would catch bees. So when you talk about African tradition, that here it is now, these young kids in this urban environment, that they're now seeking out nature and they're engaging in this right here. And this is happening in Savannah, Georgia, where young people are doing it. And so they're essentially carrying on the legacy of beekeeping. That's a part of our story. And so when we talk about that, December 25th also was important for GullahGeechee people in the northern part, and that is in what we know as North Carolina, because that's where we see the oldest African holiday or tradition celebration being done on December 25th. John Canoe. Now, in the Caribbean, folks go and talk about it. Central America, they talk about it. But we also did it right here in the U.S. And so one of the things tied to John Canoe is that people were getting together. They bringing the fabrics together for family members that have been taken away, stolen away, and all of that. They're now adding it to the outfit of the John Canoe. And then they also then coming with the goombay. They got the goombay boxes where they're not getting the drums. And then they're having the dances. Then they have the masks. But then they come up with these, again, songs. And they say something like, give me a penny and give me a drum. Give me a penny and give me a drum. Give me a penny and give me a drum. Oh, Lord, you so dumb. This was the time that they can now go and do satire on the Caucasians. That this one day, so you talking about the sounds, I'm thinking about the songs and all of that we're hearing. And that, again, that's why for me, it brings about that clarity that when you talked about that, what you did as a child, I'm like saying, yo, we all did that. But today, look at what's happening. We got to make that clarion call. We got to go back and do the John Canoe. We got to bring the goombay box, the sound of our people, to break up that negativity, to not bring our people to where they need to be, and having them surprise. So yeah.
And you know what? You bringing that up about catching the bees reminds me of catching fireflies.
Oh my God!
Yes.
And now how the environment has been so altered that you can't find the fireflies.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
And matter of fact, I was at Georgia Southern last year talking about environmental justice, and I brought this up. I said, I have an issue about the fireflies, and I'm going to put it out there. Someone sitting in the audience said that I didn't know what I was talking about. And I'm looking like, the environment is not polluted if you see fireflies, lightning bugs, as we call them also.
Right.
Then that means the environment is not polluted. That's a good environment. And today we don't have that. So again, we need to get back to all of that. And so later on, an article came out that talked about fireflies, and somebody from Georgia Southern sent it to me and said, look at this. That person didn't know what they was talking about. You was right on point, Doc. I said, that's it, because that's our environment. And so now in our urban environment, we're not even helping our people go back to reclaim farming. Even in the urban environment, we can do that. We're not farming. Agriculture is healing to the soul also. And you can't have a revolution, as my brother said. You can't have a revolution if you can't feed yourself. And he's a doctor in South Carolina. Again, icon, Rastafari.
All right, y'all Rastafari, for real. That's for real. Now, first I gotta go here. Firefly, shine your light tonight. Bright as the morning star and helping us to ease our minds. I know Kwame know who sang that one.
Oh yeah, that's definitely Temptations.
There we go.
That's definitely Temptations.
That's right. Now I'm going to go here. Now, Kwame heard of Dr. Toure bring them all up. He brought up the Jumbe. You know we danced with them in Bermuda.
We certainly did.
Year. All right. He brought up the John Canoe. You know that we danced with them in the Bahamas. John Canoe in the Bahamas. All of these links back to the Gullah-Geechee Nation. All of these links back to how even in the midst of chattel enslavement, they could not break our spirits. And why the 25th of December became such a major celebration for us, because that was the day that Denver Crane had we down in the field. So you had time to party, celebrate, make more churn, all that. People been to drink, but the whole city was dancing and playing music and, like you said, putting out the drum and clowning the folks that's in the big house. So they think you drunk and you entertaining, and actually what you're doing is you are spoofing them. Okay, you are up here making minstrel out of them. They ain't making minstrel out of you. And so we have all these that became freedom dances and encoded messages, even in the music and the drumming and the dancing. Because if y'all remember with Underground, which mind y'all own, thank you, Oprah, thank you. Yes. Oprah is bringing Underground to own channel January 5th. And y'all know the last season that you saw was here in the GullahGeechee Nation. So part of my prayers and meditations is that we will get season 3 that we were supposed to have at WGN, that now we'll get season 3 and they'll be back here in the GullahGeechee Nation. But season 2 had the John Canoe. If y'all remember that, if you don't, when it comes on, watch it. The John Canoe was in it because where were they? They're now on the coast here. They're here on the coast. So of course, Wilmington, North Carolina, Cape Fear region, you got to bring that in because they sustained that John Canoe tradition. Why? Because they so close with the Caribbean, so close with these areas. So they would go back and forth all the time. It's easy to get to Bermuda straight across from North Kakalaki. Easy. You see what I'm saying? And so they still have that tradition down there. So as Dr. Toure was talking, all I was picturing, Kwame, was all these places where we were greeted by all of
John Canoe.
Right. And then when we went to Barbados, they had the other lady with the big boom and thing like that there.
Meet us right at the airport.
With the drummers right at the airport. And again, what they say, all of this revelry and thing you see in Carnival and all of this in all the different islands ties to all of this, our traditions. And like Dr. Toure said, we got to bring them back. But how you know? You can only teach that which you know and that which you live. And so that makes a difference. So Kwame, what's your closing words?
Well, we had a similar celebration in a Sarasette called Yeddi Toure, where again you'd get to mock and clown all of the nonsense, but that was a cleansing, and it was coming again during this time, during the solstice. You clean that out, and you bring in the positive. You get any negative that you have on your mind, you get it off your chest, you get rid of it, and then you start new, building forward from there. So, being in the region that I am, it's kind of different. But I enjoy it because it's ultra quiet. I get a lot of time to reflect. I saw a movie last night that caused me a little bit of pain, but I reflected on it and I vowed to continue to move better in my own personal life. I saw a Marshall that our good brother Chadwick Boseman.
God bless him.
Yes, God bless him. So my thought is make sure that we continue to fight. But let's do it in a way that, like you say, we can still celebrate. We can still be festive, especially when we've had an accomplishment, when we get a win. Just like when we had the win with Bay Point, that they want to try to challenge again. We're gonna win that again. Just like all the other wins that we've had with the sand mines.
Yes.
Continue the fight. Continue to see the prize. Visualize it, speak it, and then move toward it.
Absolutely.
And that's what I pledge to my being, to my person, to be able to do from this point forward.
Yeah. I know the one thing we did right Was
Was
the
the
day
day
we
we
started
start
to
to fight.
fight.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. And so, family, this your time. Yeah, that's what we do. We the whole upon who we be right here in the Gullah Geechee Nation. The whole upon we tradition, whole upon we culture, whole upon the community and the family. That ain't going to happen without a fight.
Right.
Power concedes nothing without a demand, and it never will. So we have to be ready to be in the positions of power. But guess what? The kingdom suffers violence, and the violence take it by force.
Yes.
Right? And so we have to be the force of positivity, the force of accomplishment, the force of cultural heritage that continues to take we people back for bring them forward. Sign fire. Go back and fetch it. If honey ain't know where honey the deer from, honey ain't going to know where honey the grind. So we wanted to take you back with a few memories of we Holy Days celebration, since we can't pass on the Christmas wine virtually per se, but we wanted to celebrate with you and send out positive energy, peace and blessings, safety and health to all of you and all that you are going to go through. But no, you going to do just that. Go through it, not just to it. If God bring you to it, God will bring you through it. So inshallah, we will all see each other again in 2021. We're going to be right back here with clarity of vision, because where there's no vision, the people perish. So here it is, 2020. You still got a few days left to meditate and clear your vision. Write the vision, make it plain, put the images up, visualize what you seek to gain. So for sure, we know who we be. We be GullahGeechee anointed people. So on behalf of the GullahGeechee Nation and our whole family, I wish you love, peace, and blessings. Follow us at GullahGeecheeNation.com, GullahGeecheeNation.com. Follow at GullahGeechee on Twitter. Gullah is properly spelled Gullah, wrong, y'all. And Geechee is properly spelled Geechee. Ain't no I in Geechee if it a we. All right. Because this is about all of we, ain't about just me. And we wanted to say happy holy days from the whole GullahGeechee family. So peace, love, and blessings, everybody.
Peace and blessings.
Peace.